Hi, my name is Alexia Bohadjian, and I'm a second-year scholar at Ignite Institute, and I'm also in the Biomedical Science College, and I decided to be in this college because I don't know what I want to be, and I thought it was interesting because I really like learning about the human body and its functions and things like that. And today today I made a project over osteoporosis in the skeletal system. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the general anatomy. So there are actually two different types of specialized cells in osteoporosis. And actually, the first one is osteocytes, which help to control the mineral balance of the body, and also it's like responds to the stresses that come with physical activity and things like that. And the second one, it is actually osteoclasts. I'm sorry, that was wrong. I meant osteoclate. That's my bad. Which also erode the matrix during normal bone turnover, during growth, and also during the healing of a bone or a fracture. So that's some general anatomy that I thought was pretty interesting for this. And then on to the disease background. So in the first picture, well, both pictures actually, but in the first picture on both pictures, you see what the normal bone looks like in the actual bone, what it looks like. And for the first picture, on the first actual picture that there is in the corner, you see that there is a lot less black spots than there is on the one below it with the disease. And that kind of like overrules everything else. And then on the second picture to the right, you see what the normal bone would look like on the inside. And then beside that, you see what it looks like with osteoporosis. And it kind of looks like it's got like dust and stuff, but it's not. It's just like looks like a lot dirtier than what a normal bone would look like. Okay, and also osteoporosis is a type of disease that makes the bones in your body become very like brittle and weak and like not function as well as they would without the disease. So that means that even with like a mild, very mild type of stress, like bending over or just like coughing, could actually end in you like fracturing or breaking a bone in your body somewhere. And also osteoporosis related fractures most commonly are always in the hip or the spine or in your wrist. And that's kind of just some disease background that I thought was interesting. And then some other systems affected. So the nervous system, it can be affected by this type of disease because when you break a bone or hit your bone up against something, you have nerves in your bone. So all those nerves, they start to tingle and hurt, and you just don't feel like doing anything. And that's how it affects it. Because, yeah, and also, if you have severe kypnosis, you may also experience very much difficulties with walking and your balance and types of things like that. So that kind of stuff can happen in the nervous system being affected. And now on to the disease diagnosis. So there are actually two different ways that you can diagnose this kind of disease. One of them is a test called B&B, which is actually called bone mineral disease, and it compares to your body density and in the mass to that of a person who does not have the disease and is the same age and the same sex that the person that with the disease would be. And then the second type of way to see if you have this disease is another test, but this one is actually called DXA, which is also known as dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. And it is also a means of measuring bone mineral density using spectral meaning. So yeah, those are two different ways that you can see if you have the disease and where you can get it from. Father, mother, whoever in your family might have had it before you. And it also gets passed down through time. So just like your hair color and your eye color and things like that, this gets passed down. And the next thing is the disease treatment. So there are not a lot of treatment, ways to treat this. There is 2 or 3 main ones. And the first one is over the counter from a medical professional medicine that they can hand you. You can go get a diagnosis saying that you have this, and they will make you go get medicine to take to get rid of it. And then the other one is actually the other one is doing physical therapy, not regular therapy, but the physical therapy where you have to go and you have to work on your muscles and your bones, and that should try to help. And if that doesn't help, then you already know you only got the other one, the medicine that will try to help you. And most likely, they're not 100% going to get rid of it. It is going to just lower it down some, because you can't 100% fully get rid of this, but you can try to. Now we have quality of life and longevity. So, this disease, it does get worse over time if you think about it, because all those things that you were able to do before, there are some of those that you cannot do anymore as much as you would like to. So running, you can't really do that as much, because if you trip or fall or do anything wrong, then you will end up either fracturing or breaking the bone in your body, and that could lead to more pain, and that would just be terrible. And then also, with having this disease, you can start to feel depressed, or I guess kind of left out, because you cannot do all the things that other people can do, and that kind of gets frustrating, and you start to not feel like yourself at times. But it's it's stressful, but it's okay. Now, on to the biomedical professionals that can help to reduce or cure this type of disease. The first one, you have professional doctors who, like we said before, will give you over-the-counter medication. And then you have your different types of therapists. Although normally it will be the physical therapist because it's your bones and your structure and stuff that they can help you with. Unlike regular therapists, they can normally just talk to you and try to help you that way. And one of your types of doctors that can help to treat this is an orthopedic doctor. And they could help treat this by giving someone who has this disease medicine to reduce the pain. And then there is that. And then your physical therapist, they can just help you work out your bones and do all the normal things that you would do before to reduce the pain. Although they can also prescribe medicine for you to take too, so that it reduces the pain while you're doing this, no matter if you're doing it at home or with the therapist. And then on to my innovation. Now, the type of innovation that I came up with is a type of vaccine, so not medication that is just like over the counter. It's a vaccine that you would get in your arm or your leg that pretty much goes not to your bone, but like the outer layer of your bone to help the pain go away, like whenever you fracture something, so that you don't feel as much pain. And it would also be called autotrophia, is what I came up with, because I just felt like the name was interesting, really. But yeah, I feel like that would just like help a lot more than just over-the-counter medication, because you can get that more often and it would like last for a while. More like the medication, it only lasts a couple hours and you gotta take more the next day or at night. You would have to go in and get this, and it would last like probably like 4 months, maybe 2-4 months, and then you would have to go get another one. And I feel like it would help a lot more. So that's what I came up with for my innovation. And then these are my references, and I hope you enjoyed.